Okay, so the purpose of this video is that I want to do some pie cuts on some 2.5 inch stainless. This is 16 gauge, 2.5 inch 304 stainless. I already managed to make this 90-degree bend, but I'm not really happy with the way the welds turned out. I'm blaming the fact that the fit wasn't that great, and I'm blaming the saw blade because whenever you cut it with the saw blade that I was using, the cuts weren't smooth enough and straight enough. They were kind of gouged and stuff like that. And I was using this Evolution blade. This is the multi-purpose blade. It says steel, aluminum, wood, and plastic. It does not say stainless steel. And I'm thinking that this is not for cutting stainless. When using that blade, I would always leave those little slivers at the end. It'll leave stuff like that, and it'll kind of gouge into it. In other words, it just didn't want to cut it. Okay, so here goes what I'm replacing it with. This is a Diablo steel demon blade. And it says, for ferrous metals including stainless. The biggest difference is that this steel demon blade has 72 teeth versus 32 teeth on this one. This is a pretty good blade, but it's just not for stainless. So since this one has more teeth, that's supposed to somehow do better. I'm just going to test this out on some stainless to see what it does. The saw I'm using is an Evolution 14-inch cold cut saw. That means that its speed is slow enough for these kind of blades. Just make sure you have a saw that doesn't exceed the RPM that it says on the blade. So I'm going to go ahead and install the blade real quick. Okay, so that blade costs about $90 at Northern Tools. And these saws that are cold cut saws, they're kind of loud, so I use ear protection. And of course use safety glasses because they throw chips a little bit. Okay, that's a 2.5 inch 304 stainless pipe, 16 gauge. That was a nice cut. That was very nice. It left a tiny bit of a sliver. But honestly, it's way better than that other blade. The other blade, whenever you hit it, or whenever you start touching it, it's harder to push through. It feels more like it's, it just doesn't cut as smooth, and it kind of like it acts like it wants to catch it, or I don't know, like it gouges it. This is without even cleaning the joint or anything. It has a, wow, that's a lot better. It has a very slight, whatever you call it, but you could almost push it off with your fingers. It's like it's very small. The other one left like little knife blades. Pretty good if you ask me. So I have two lines drawn on my pipe directly across from each other, and I'm using a ruler and making sure that that line is at half the diameter of the pipe. In other words, 2.5 inch pipe, if that line is at 1.25 inches, then it's level, then I can just go back and forth to do my pie cuts. I have my saw set at 15 degrees because I'm going to try to do this again to where you do a 90 in 3 pieces. Okay, so what was the outcome? These are the older pieces cut with the other one. Here goes the pieces I just cut. I haven't even touched them with the file or nothing. And so far, and I actually mismatched them, so I don't even know. But so far, But so far that looks like it would make a nice weldable joint. You could even flip it over. Same thing. That's probably the worst one. All of them seem to work pretty good. That's probably the worst of the like little sliver things that left, but that's not near as thick or ugly as the other saw blade, which this is actually kind of thick and tough. And you can see where it actually discolored it, so it got hotter. These have no color on them at all. So I could probably take a file and just like that. And just like that, it's pretty good. It's actually not perfect, but it's a lot better than the other saw blade, and it's a lot cheaper than a bandsaw. I'm going to end this video by saying I think that was well money spent. That blade is kind of pricey at $90, but I think I could work with this. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. The end.